Today we will do a restorative practice. And this is just the best practice for everything that's going on in the world right now, everything we're battling. Of course, physical movement feels amazing and is appropriate. There's a time and a place for that. Maybe you exercise every single day. Restorative can also be done every day. And I try my best to get to this practice a couple times a week. So yeah, it's just time to de-stress, calm down our central nervous system, help reduce anxiety, all that good stuff. More flexibility, So for restorative, it's great to have any props available that you can get your hands on. I, of course, have the yoga bolsters and the blocks and the blankets, and I've gotten these things over time. You can grab pillows, towels, books. I don't think we'll really need the block today, but definitely like a pillow and a couple blankets. And then love to have an eye mask or eye cover on hand. So when you practice restorative, you want the room as dark as possible, as quiet as possible, unless you want some soft music. I have awesome playlists on Spotify labeled restorative. So any of those will get you through an hour and a half practice. And I think that's it. Water, quiet time to yourself. Let's get to it. So we're going to start in child's pose. And that's how we'll get into our body and ground ourselves into our mat and our practice. So you take your bolster. You can do a couple different things here. But wedge the bolster in. So knees are wide. Wedge the bolster between your thighs. And then you rest down. Already, I feel better. So if you want, you can stack up a blanket to pad your heels. Good, and then just settle it. And each pose will be here for 2 to 3 minutes. Close your eyes, just let the weight of your body settle onto your bolster or pillow. And for now, let's just come to the right ear and we'll stay here and I'll let you know when to switch to the other side. So you don't have to do anything but relax. As your eyes are closed, bring your attention to your breath. And then start to lengthen your inhales. And the exhale, try to make a little bit longer than your inhale. You can even count the in-breath for a 3 to 5 count, and then the out-breath for 5 to 8 count. And this will help you stay in tune with your breath because you'll notice you probably get distracted every about 10 seconds. Just keeping your focus on your breath. And then switch to your left ear. And we'll be on this side for A couple minutes. So same pose, just switching the gaze, close the eyes, settle in, and take your attention to your breath. Just let your belly hang. Relax your shoulders. As your mind wanders, bring your attention back to your breath. Inhale big. Exhale, sigh slowly out your mouth. Good. And then press into your hands to lift your torso up, and we'll come in to a supported bridge. So you'll take the bolster or stack of blankets or pillow underneath your low back. So you'll wedge the bolster as much as you can, or you'll take the bolster and pin it up against your back body, and then slowly roll back and see what you can handle here. So if this feels like really deep back bend, there's a couple things you can do. Bend your knees and have your feet press down on your mat, or switch the bolster for a block where you're sliding the bolster more underneath your sacrum. And then you can also just adjust the bolster as you need here. So that already feels a little bit better. So you just lift up your hips and then just figure out where this can be. Remember, knees can be bent. Arms out to the side. Actually, let's open up our chest a little bit. So take the arms overhead, grab onto elbows. And if you want, you can place your eye mask here. We'll be here for a couple minutes. Just let the feet fall to either side. If you feel like you need more support underneath the back of your head, slide a blanket under. And surrender. Know that you're being supported by the earth, your mat, the floor beneath your mat, your props. You're safe and supported. Soften your face, close your eyes, possible, or take that eye mask and then get heavy.
it's starting to feel, or if you have any sensations that are uncomfortable, we don't want that in our restorative practice. You want to feel completely supported by your props. So I decided to bend my knees, take my feet wide, and bring my knees together. That just feels better for my back, and then I don't have to focus on any big sensation. Just looking for ease in these poses. Slow, steady breath. Relax the space between your eyebrows. Relax your jaw. Any adjustments you need to make are done slowly and mindfully. Inhale, nose. Slow sigh out your mouth. Okay, so we're going to return to this position, but just mix it up a little bit. So just roll to one side. You might remove your eye mask. Use your top hand to slowly press yourself up. And you just take a quick fold. Good. Now, take a blanket or towel, and you want to make like a really skinny burrito versus a thick one. So you'll take, even this could be a little bit thick, but I know where we're going, so it's going to be okay. But it should be fine. You're going to take the blanket, soles of feet will be together, and you'll take the blanket on top of your ankles and then wrap them underneath your calves. Just feels really nice, really supportive. If you have an even thinner setting on the blanket, you'll just take this extra material and maybe it'll support your thighs a little bit. And then ultimate support here is a block underneath each knee so that they can just fully open up. I'll be okay without blocks, but that's something that you could add. And then we come on back. So coming into a hip opener with a back bend. You do what you need. I'm going to actually take a blanket underneath just to bring a little bit of height to the back of my head. And then I feel like my bolster needs to come lower so that it's not such an intense back bend. So you do you. Find out how you can be the most comfortable and the most relaxed. Nothing is causing pain. Maybe grab your eye mask. I don't know where mine is. And then once you're there, just settle. Arms can be wherever you want. Take the gaze inside. Keep the focus on your breath. Really accepting this gift that you have given yourself today. It's kind of clearing off this picture of a desk with a bunch of crap on it. And you just take your arm and slide everything off the desk, all the papers, the technology. Clear the space for yourself. Are you letting your props truly support you? Where you take a scan from toes up through the crown, see where your body can soften more and surrender to gravity. A few more rounds of breath. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. Inhale, breath. Exhale, sigh. Good. Slowly and mindfully moving to one side and pressing yourself up to a seat. Just taking okay. Good. So now we're going to come to the wall. I guess I should have mentioned that earlier. So now I feel bad. It's not totally necessary, but it could really be nice for you in this stretch. So what I'm going to do is take, I'm actually going to use a blanket instead of a bolster. So you just take your blanket or bolster, give yourself some height against the wall. And then come to a seat. So right or left hip scooches right up against the wall. And then come on down to your back. And might not be super pretty how you get into this. It just never really is for me. And then take your legs up. So you're scooched up against the wall here. Some of you might have more height than me. That's fine. And we'll come into a straddle. So you may feel like, oh, I can just go fully here. So find that edge 100% and then back off just a little bit so that it doesn't feel, again, like big sensations are happening, but that you can relax here and just slowly let your thighs and groin kind of relax and open. Arms can be out to the sides or one hand on heart, one hand on belly for more grounding. Close your eyes or take your eye mask. Make any adjustments you need and then settle in. Scan your body. Where are you holding on to tension? And then just visualize sending the breath to those places. See if it'll help you soften whatever space feels tight. Inhale, breath. Exhale, sigh. Take your hands outside your thighs, guide your legs together, and we'll just stay here for a few rounds of breath. My favorite yoga pose of all, legs up the wall, something you can do any time of day. It'll instantly help calm you down. And then bend your knees. Slowly roll over to one side. Just stay there for a moment. And then use your hands to press yourself up. And then we'll come to a twist using our bolster. So you'll just line your right side body. It doesn't really matter, just whatever side you're working with. So take your hands outside the bolster and then just lay your chest down. And if you really want a deep twist, you'll take your left ear down to the mat. But if you're on your other side, it's your right ear, obviously. Now, if this twist feels too intense and like big sensations, go more on this restorative track to where you're just going to lay on your right side. Maybe that feels good. So you're not really twisting the side, but you're there. You're here at the party. Otherwise, chest down. You could also just take your right ear down and not add the rotation of the cervical spine, which is just not working for me. All right, so cuddle up like it's your favorite pillow or stuffy or animal friend. So hug your bolster and settle. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, belly slowly draws in. Shoulders soften down, relax your face. Inhale, breath. Exhale, sigh. Move your hands down, support yourself up, and then just quietly, mindfully switch to the other side. So come down to your left side or your chest, left ear or right ear, depending on what you choose. And keep your breath steady. Exhales longer than inhales. Soften and surrender to your mat. It's totally normal to fall asleep in restorative. And try to stay in that space between sleep and really awake. So it's just kind of in that meditative spot. 5 more rounds of breath. Inhale. Exhale, sigh. Good. Plant your hands. And then we'll come into our final resting pose, Shavasana. So we really want to make this super yummy. So you can take a bolster underneath your knees. You can roll up a couple blankets. Maybe one goes underneath your shoulder blades, coming out the armpits. Oh. I'd find your eye pillow, which I've lost in this space. It's probably in my sweatshirt, I guess. All right. Let's cover up your eyes. I am going to leave you here once I enjoy a little bit of this time. So if you want to set up with legs up the wall or any other pose that you want to end your practice with, or maybe you want to fit one more pose in before your Shavasana, please do. Otherwise, just find complete ease. and be here as long as you can be. Give yourself this gift of time and complete relaxation, all for you, which in turn will help you care for others and just really be there, be present. As you inhale, picture breath coming in through the soles of your feet and washing over the front side of your body all the way up through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, take in breath through the crown, wash over the back body all the way down, exiting the soles of the feet. Inhale, breath enters through the feet, washes over the front side of your body all the way up through the crown of your head. And as you exhale, breath comes in through the crown, washes over the entire back body through the soles of the feet. Maybe picture that a few more times. If you'd like to finish the practice with me, just take your palms together, bring your thumbs to the seat of intuition, your third eye center. Inhale, breath. Exhale, namaste.